they already know that the Khazars are the forerunners to the Ashkenazi sect of Judaism. So, since you've done the study, where did the Khazar dynasty begin, and how did it get underway?
What actually happened was, somewhere between the 7th and 8th centuries of the Christian era, we find these Khazars who lived in the area which was named after them, Khazaria, which is the land locked between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. The northern border of this land is actually the third range of mountains. If you were to start heading north from the south, you'll find there's actually 3 ranges of mountains, and the third one being the Caucasus up there, just north of which is where modern-day Chechnya and Ingushetia are.
Okay.
And to the south, you would find the main trade route that came out through Persia, across northern Iraq, northern Syria, and into Turkey. This was a...
Is that the present Kurdistan region? Don't we have a lot of Kurds in that area?
It would include Kurdistan and possibly Azerbaijan, and slightly out to the north even would stretch up to southern Armenia.
And he does provide a pretty decent map on the website, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to follow along, you could go to the French Connection website. The book is available on the site, and you'd be able to see the map that Muhammad is referring to.
Now, the fact that it's between the land of the Khazars is as you go over the first range of mountains and drop down, their empire stretched from the north side of the first range of mountains all the way to the south side of the third. This area is modern-day Georgia. There was a lot of the land in modern-day Georgia. What's important about it is that because they basically had a range of mountains to the north, a range to the south, seas on the east and the west, they remained stable there for a very long time.
In their articles on Khazars, the Jewish encyclopedias tell us that in the 8th century A.D., Jewish missionaries ventured north of Babylon to the land of the Khazars between the Caspian and the Black Seas. Khazaria was a vast grassland on what is now the plains of southern Russia, inhabited by a race of merchants, artisans, and warriors of Hunnish Turkish stock. About 740 A.D., the king of the Khazars converted to Judaism and made it the state religion. Incredibly, within a few centuries, the people of Khazaria convinced themselves that they were not Gentiles after all, but the physical descendants of Abraham. Thus, by the 10th century AD, a nation of proselyte Jews thrived in what is now central Russia. During the Middle Ages, the fierce Mongols from the east and Russians from the north drove the Khazars west out of their ancient homeland. Most settled in Eastern Europe, especially Poland, where they established communities of artisans and traders. Judaism thus became divided into two basic groups which remain today: the Ashkenazim, which are the Khazars of the east, and the Sephardic Oriental, which are Jews of Spain, Turkey, and lands bordering on the Mediterranean. Today, the Ashkenazim, or Khazars, are the vast majority, about 80% of those who call themselves Jews.